Hey folks, Amber Broadway here, President Chief Operating Officer at Solitude. It's so great to see you all. The last time we did this, it was the end of our 25-26 winter season, and I think we can all agree we're gonna just say goodbye to that. But I did want to start out with a big kudos and congrats to our friends at Brighton, Snowbird, and Bryan Head Resort. They just wrapped up their seasons this past weekend, so kudos to all of them. They were able to hang in and provide skiing and riding for all of our Utah mountain enthusiasts. Okay, winter kicked our butt, but we're gonna bring on summer. Those are the new mantra around here. Anyone else out there feel like this has just been an endless spring? Scott and I, as we were walking out here to film, we were just talking about how it feels like it's been spring for months. So we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna do our earliest summer opening ever. So we are planning to kick off next Friday, May 22nd, which is about 4 weeks earlier than normal. And you know, until this week, which is currently in a heat wave, it has actually been a little bit cooler and wetter since we closed, which is great. We want all of that. But it has added some complexity to our team that's doing what we call the big dig right now, and trying to get all of the bike trails hoed out. So what we're gonna do is keep your eye on the website. We're gonna kick off that Friday, May 22nd. We will open. I don't know that we will have all of the trails ready to go, but we'll have a decent offering. So keep your eyes. You can see what the trail and lift status is for that opening weekend. So here's how we're gonna do it, because we haven't done it this early before. We're gonna do that Friday through Monday for the holiday Memorial weekend. We're gonna close. Then we're gonna look at Thursday through Sundays. We will kick off that Thursday with our first twilight. And we're gonna do that for 2 weeks. And then on Thursday, June 11th, we're gonna open for 7 days of operations. And as you remember last year, we brought in that second twilight. So this summer, from June until about mid-August, every Tuesday, Thursday night, we will have lift service until 8 p.m. And here in Utah, like riding from like 6 to 8 p.m., particularly up here in the canyons where it stays cooler, is pretty magical. So I hope you guys can all get out here to enjoy with us. Okay, we are stoked and super excited to continue the Wasatch Gravity Pass, which is a mountain bike pass between Solitude and Deer Valley, our sister resort up and over the hill. So here at the base area, the Guardsman's Pass is now open, and you can get from our base area, Moonbeam, to the Silver Lake base area, which is where their biking takes place, in 18 minutes. That's how closely connected. So really, this Wasatch Gravity Pass gives you the greatest lift serve mountain biking here in the entire Great Salt Lake area. So check it out if you're really passionate about it or you want to get into it more. To me, that's like the best bang for your buck. Okay, so new for this summer, when time permits, we're gonna go ahead and finish. We started a trail last summer that's taking you from the top of Moonbeam, but it brings you up and over into this beautiful apex terrain. We only got about a third to half of that done, so we're gonna finish that off this summer. We are starting our first ever mountain bike teams programs. So those of you who did cruisers or junior Devo or race or free ride, you all know Will Dujardin, our teams manager. He's kicking us off this summer. So for kids ages 8 to 16 years old, you can sign up. We're gonna do Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's 2 times per week. You can do full day, half day, so there's some flexibility in the scheduling, and you're gonna be able to train here at Solitude and at Deer Valley. So I'm really excited that we're gonna be able to do this for some of our athletes who have been asking, and I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for our Utah local families. We're gonna go ahead and move our adventure park. So think our bounce house, climbing wall, sluice mining, that type of stuff. We're gonna move that over to the base of Easy Street, so it's a little bit more out of the way and we don't have to move it for some of these races that we do. We're also doing a much more thoughtful approach to grounds in general and landscaping over there. We know it needs some work, so we're excited to redo that for this coming summer. Okay, on the event side, we are super psyched. So our first big event of the summer is the Big Cottonwood Brew Fest. That's gonna be June 13, 14, so that's Saturday, Sunday. This event continues to grow. We get more vendors, lots of local breweries, great food, great activities, and we have a super sweet lodging deal. So if you just wanna come up here, escape the heat, usually up in the canyons, it's about 20 to 25 degrees cooler, but come on up, you can get a room right here at the inn. It's like a couple hundred meters to walk, and have a tremendous weekend. It's a great way to celebrate the dads early. Okay, we are going to go ahead and kick off our Thursday night. So if you remember in the summer, we have 3 signature recurring free offerings. So Thursday night is the Coca-Cola Sunset Cinemas. Those kick off on Thursday, June 18th. Those are always at 8 p.m., so right at dusk, over at the Moonbeam Lodge area. Then we're gonna kick off our Saturday morning yoga. That to me is like always shockingly hundreds of people show up to do this. So that's every Saturday kicking off June 20th, that's 9 a.m. And that is typically over here near the Solitude Inn lawn or out here on the Apex lawn, depending how many people come. And then our Sunday evening live music is gonna kick off on Sunday, June 28th. That's at 5 p.m. That is typically here in the village, although occasionally for bigger concerts, we'll move it over to Moonbeam. So always check the website before you come up. All right, it is the summer of competitions. We are all in on this mountain biking. I talked about the Gravity Pass. I talked about our new mountain bike race teams program. We're doing something here and we're trying to attract high-level competitions to come to Solitude. So I'm excited, the weekend of July 2nd to 5th, so that is the 4th of July weekend, we will be hosting the Mountain States Cup. So think like it's the equivalent of the Eastern States. This is kind of like the Western States. The team tells me they haven't had this in about 14 years. So they're gonna have a series out here in the West, and one of the stops is gonna be right here at Solitude that first 4th of July weekend. Next up is we're gonna have the Solitude Open Disc Golf. So this is where we have a world-class disc golf. The disc golf here and up at Brighton is some of the most well-known in the country. And we're gonna host, again, that annual Solitude Disc Golf competition the weekend of July 10 and 11. Then on that Sunday, we will have the annual Cottonwood Canyons Foundation Wildflower Festival. So this is the Wasatch Wildflower Festival. They do one weekend in Little Cottonwood and one weekend here in Big Cottonwood. It is phenomenal. It's one of our largest attended events of the summer. So we hope that you can come out on July 12th. And then probably our signature event of the summer is our 2nd annual host of the Monster Pro Downhill. Last year, and that's gonna, that will be this summer, July 15 to 19. So that whole competition is the month of July. But we're excited to have Monster Pro Downhill back. Last year, they said the attendance at our event, the spectating, was the largest on their circuit. So we're really excited. And those of you that love this or just wanna watch, you can come on up and see these events through the month of July. All right, what are we doing on capital? We had a very heavy, intensive capital season last year. If you remember, we built, you can actually see behind us some of the dirt work. We put that big snowmaking pipe from the Twin Lakes Reservoir down. So this summer is gonna be far less impactful with large scale construction projects. But we're gonna finish that mountain bike trail that I talked about. That's gonna come down around Apex and then it's gonna link back into the network over at Moonbeam. We're gonna do some snowmaking upgrades on Easy Street. That's this primary trail right off of the Link lift. That's our beginner trail and we need to do some work over there. And we're gonna do more analysis, engineering, and planning on our overall snowmaking system. This is a big priority of Solitude's. We're a little bit late to the game, but we've got to invest heavily in these next few years to get our snowmaking system to where we want it, to deliver to you better quality, longer seasons. So we've got more work there. If things go well, we may be able to do further upgrades in the fall to our snowmakings, like some pipe and guns and whatnot. Just generally like what's on our mind, as I talked about the endless spring and opening early for summer. We're working with our key stakeholders on wildfire preparedness. Everybody's talking about it. It sounds like the season is it's sadly already going because of the winter we had. So we're doing a lot more conversations, communication, and collaboration to make sure we're ready. We really hope that doesn't happen. We can remain hopeful that we're gonna get the rain that we need and the monsoons are gonna come back. But in the event it doesn't, we do wanna be ready. But with some fun stuff, we're really psyched. Next week, we're gonna be welcoming back all our summer staff. So we're really thrilled to have our team back and getting ready to get our lifts back open. And then we're just excited to show up for you, our guests, especially our Icon Pass holders. We had so much fun this past winter with our Solid Days program, but we're excited to have you back here on the hill in the summer, out hiking and mountain biking. And we're really thrilled to be able to get open, to welcome everybody back, and to really get rocking and rolling for summer. I'll see you in a couple weeks.